Whatever sector you choose from, economic, military, political, or even technological, you definitely find an Asian country among the top-ranked nations in the world. The thing is, these countries come in at varying levels of influence, both in the continent and worldwide. So in this video, we'll be taking you through the top 10 most powerful countries in Asia. There are about 50 countries on the continent, so stick around to find out which 10 come out on top. Getting right into, at number 10, we have Vietnam. It might be known as the Socialist Republic of Vietnam now, but this country has a very rich history dating back to when the first Vietnamese Empire emerged from China in 939 AD. Almost 2 millennia later, the nation is one of Asia's most powerful. A lot of that has to do with the rapidly increasing population of the country, with over 97 million people. As a result, the economy is also developing quite well, with a focus on manufacturing and agriculture. But Vietnam's greatest strength is its military. One of the largest in Southeast Asia, Vietnam's military has faced off against the likes of China, Mongolia, France, and even the US, and have come out on top. Add the nation's leadership position in the Association of Southeast Asian Nations politics, and you know Vietnam isn't to be messed with. Number 9. Pakistan. The stereotype apart, Pakistan is all about military life. This is a country that has the 5th largest military in the world, with over 700,000 active soldiers. Be it the Air Force, Army, or Navy, it doesn't matter. The Pakistani military is equipped for all forms of combat. But that's not all. Apart from the military, Pakistan has actually got a massive land space and is well populated, over 220 million people. This gives the nation a large workforce, and as a result, Pakistan is a major player in international trade, particularly when it comes to textiles and agriculture. Number 8. Israel. Rich in history? Check. Technological advancement? Check. How about agricultural development? Double check. Israel really has almost all the boxes checked as a nation. The nation's economy is hugely knowledge-based, and as a result, Israel is one of the leading countries in global research and development. Another impressive part about this nation is how they've managed to make their military a world power. The geographical depth of the country puts it at a massive disadvantage, but it has more than made up for that with advanced military strength. Israel has the world's best missile defense system, 601 aircraft, and 2,000 tank units, and the Navy operates 57 vessels. That's really what power is all about. Number 7. Saudi Arabia. Coming in as the 7th most powerful nation in Asia, Saudi Arabia is one of the world's most prominent nations based solely on oil production. In fact, this nation is second only to the US, with an 11% share in global oil production. Thanks to the numerous wealthy royal families in the nation, Saudi Arabia owns 45% of the public US debt among Arab countries. When this nation speaks, everyone else has to listen. Even though they don't have as much conflict as some other countries on this list, Saudi Arabia isn't just settling for being a commercial nation. Instead, the kingdom is among the top 10 countries spending the most on their militaries as a share of their GDPs. Number 6. Indonesia. With a Global Firepower Index ranking of 8th position and a CEO World Index ranking of 12th, Indonesia is easily one of the biggest economies in Asia. And one of the greatest strengths of that economy is how highly diversified it is. Whether natural resources or manufacturing and services, Indonesia is flourishing in every way possible. For accurate numbers, the nation's GDP size as of 2022 stands at $1.38 trillion. That puts this nation among the top 20 best economies worldwide. And as if that isn't enough, Indonesia also has a military strong enough to have recently defeated the likes of the US and UK at the AASAM shooting competition. Number 5. South Korea. Whatever you choose to call it, the southernmost nation on the Korean Peninsula, South Korea, or the Republic of Korea, one thing is certain: South Korea is not one to mess around with. With a population of about 52 million, this is the 5th largest metropolis in the world, and it's a nation with all the military and economic power needed to keep its citizens thriving. Dominating the technological chip industry, having 1,600 military aircraft, over 4 fifth-generation F-35 stealth fighters, 2,331 tanks, and 97 naval vessels. 2 helicopter carriers. That's what South Korea is about. They also have some crazy advanced weapon systems, such as ballistic missiles and submarines, and play a major role in international high-tech trade. But even ROK's technology doesn't come close to that of the thinnest country. Number 4. Japan. The history books have all the records of how effective and efficient Japan's military has always been. For a while after World War II, the nation took time back from the military to allow economic growth, using the military for sole defense. That's something very few nations think to do, and it worked for Japan. That's why they're the 4th most powerful nation on the continent. To add to that, Japan has a mix of extremely modern technology and a highly organized hierarchy matched by only the number 1 nation on this list. Number 3. India. Coming in as 3rd, the Republic of India is the world's most populous democracy, the 2nd most populous nation with about 1.2 billion people, and the 7th largest nation by area. Solely based on physical stats, India is in the top 3 not just in Asia but in the world. But there's more to India than that. India's military is just as impressive, having both battle experience and advanced technological military weapons production. This nation also has one of the most highly developed services sectors, which sums up to 47.5% of the country's entire GDP. But that might not even be a surprise, given the massive supply of human resources available. Number 2. Russia. Some might even argue Russia should come out on top of this list. That's how powerful the nation is. Where do we start from really? Having the world's largest army with about 1 million soldiers, one of the 2 most modern nuclear arsenals in history, being the largest country in terms of area and landmass, everything. Ever since the fall of the Soviet Union in 1990, Russia has developed a very stable and expanding economy thanks to being the best producer of military technology and weapons on the globe. And just for icing on the cake, Russia is also a permanent member of the UN Security Council, meaning the nation has veto power and can make decisions that'll shake the entire world. The only country in Asia that has an edge over Russia is our number 1 ranked nation. Number 1. China. The People's Republic of China is a specimen of how important history can be. China has what is known to be the longest civilization in the world since 221 BC, or more than 40 centuries ago. Hundreds and thousands of years later, the country has about 1/7 of the global population and the 2nd largest landmass in the entire planet. With a GDP of $14.3 trillion overall and a GDP per capita of $10,217, only the United States of America tops China in economy size. And like Russia, China is a permanent member of the United Nations with veto power. But there's more. As of 2019, 25% of the knowledge and technology-intensive industries output in the world comes solely from China. 5,000 tanks, 388 naval vessels, 2 aircraft carriers, 3 helicopter carriers, more than 3,000 aircraft, and 1,000 fighter jets are all the proof of power you need. There you have it, Asia's 10 most powerful countries. Ever been to any of these nations? Or you want to know where some other countries rank? Let us know in the comments section and enjoy our other videos.